Hello and welcome back to Nova Arcana. In this episode, I believe episode 7 is how I'm going to number this, my goal is for this episode to find the next intersection, and we managed to get the disc out of the Verde Passage, which is where we are. We managed to get the disc out, and the way we managed that was to just always turn right. So I think if always turning right led us to the disc without too much trouble, then I suspect that always turning left might get us pretty close to the intersection. So what I am going to do is now take the left-hand path repeatedly until we run out of options to turn left at. I have not played the map in a couple of weeks. I've been, or not, it's probably been a week. I've been helping to beta test DE, Divinity's End, and I won't say too much, although I believe it probably will have released by the time this video goes out, because I've got a few videos kind of stored up and I just haven't got around to editing them. Moss Charger. I'm realising I don't have any sound either, which probably means you don't have any sound. Well, I do have sound, but just very quiet. So I'm going to turn that up a bit. There we go. Yeah, I've been helping to beta test that map, which is taking some time, and then I've also just released a Christmas mini-map. This is recorded on the 23rd of December, so that will be an old map now. That will no longer be relevant until next December. Well, we'll see. I won't decide what I'm going to do in 12 months' time, but I imagine I will end up updating that map next year to be 1.17 and have it work in that way. Oh, I did not see him. He was hiding behind the Enderman. Yeah, so I'll probably update that map to be 1.17 friendly for next Christmas, because I think it's quite a fun map. If you haven't played it, then you still can. It's still good, I think, outside of Christmas, but understandably, I think the main appeal is probably during the Christmas season. But it's my first map that I've spent more than 2 days on since Harbinger. It was still only 2 weeks that I spent on it, but still, oh, there's 2 of them stacked on top of each other. Yeah, still only 2 weeks, but yeah, it was good to spend a bit more time on a map. But time on mapping is time not making YouTube videos, basically. So kind of always aware of that trade-off whenever I'm spending any of the time on the projects that I have. I still need to update the Treepo to include some custom mushrooms as well, which means I need to learn to build custom mushrooms. And there's another jam coming up, which I don't think I'm going to take part in, because I want to force myself to do work on my next full map. But we shall see. Because I like testing out area styles and stuff in jams, and get good at making an area in a particular style, and then when I actually use it for a real map, like if I'm already good at it, then I feel like the map's more likely to come out good in the end. But I'm rambling. Basically, I've been mapping. I've been doing stuff, and I also have a full-time job, and it's just finding time for all these projects, and editing videos has been something that I haven't really wanted to do recently. Just not that these videos take a lot of editing, but it just takes that little bit of time, which I can't always bring myself to give. And there's a spawner up there, that's why that fell down. And I played the earliest beta version of DE, and there's a couple of bugs in it, and so my death count is embarrassingly high currently. I'm only I haven't even reached intersection 1 yet, but I've died around 15 times, I think, which is a lot. Most of those are my fault, but there's been a few that were just I thought they were really bad design. It turns out they were just bugs. So that's good. That's the point of beta testing, I suppose. Again, still rambling, but I was trying to do the block thing. There's a way you can like use a block to not take any damage from creepers, but I don't really know how to do that. So, and there's the bridge that we saw up above. So that is good to actually have this section started, and it will give us a shortcut if we die, which we probably will. I am the worst sort of CTM player in that I'm impatient and bad. I've been watching TJ play one of my maps, and he's very impatient, but he styles out a lot of his impatience, whereas I do not. I just die to it. I'm also incredibly unobservant, although I am able to spot barrels at least sometimes, which it appears TJ is not. If you haven't watched his Christmas Chaos playthrough, then you should. It's good. It's a good playthrough. I think it's I mean, I don't know if it is my best map. Like, I just think best is a really silly like term to put on it, because all 4 of the maps I've released are very different. But yeah. Anyway, it's probably the one I'm currently most proud of, but I think that's been true of 2 of the 3 other maps that I've released. I think Arboreal Antics is fun. I think A Christmas Miracle was made in about 6 hours and is therefore not that great, but it functions. You can play it. It can be defeated, so it ticks that box. There's parrots going off. I am going to check my render distance, because I have a feeling I'm on 12, and I was getting a bit framey there. Impatient, bad, and laggy is really a potent combination. Yeah, sorry if this... I don't know why this lag suddenly got worse, but it's always... Oh, of course. It's always when there are skeletons around. And one thing I did in Christmas Chaos, actually... And sorry, you're watching a Nova Arcana playthrough, and all I'm doing is talking about anything but Nova Arcana. But this area is just kind of a bit more of the same. Like the design is fairly varied, but it's basically just overgrown tunnels that are designed to get you lost. Speaking of which, I'm now lost because my always go left strategy has brought me to somewhere I've already been. Which means I think this just loops around. That's fine. I'm going to come back the way I came because, as I said, I haven't played this map in about a week, probably slightly more, and I'm forgetting things. Forgetting where I've been. And I was quite good at not getting lost the first time I came through, or my first play session. The last 3 episodes have been one play session, or they've been spread over a couple of days, and then it's been a bit of a break in between. But I was quite good at not getting lost, and I would like to keep that record up if possible. So that's the bridge. So we go over that. I'm running low on torches. I do have plenty of wood and coal though, so hopefully we're okay. And so we went left and didn't reach anything, but we need to go that way now. So I'm just going to retreat a bit and craft up some torches. I would heal up, but I think it's probably best not to. Let's get rid of you and you. And I'm just immediately going to walk over all of this, I'm sure, but that's fine. Yeah, so anyway, enough about Nova Arcana. You've had your 30 seconds of me talking about the map I'm actually playing. One of the things I did in Christmas Chaos is basically, I don't know who's watching this, but I've made a couple of maps before, but have never really done anything with data packs, anything with commands, other than pretty basic stuff in Harbinger, having said I wasn't going to eat, so that I didn't I was able to sprint, I've then immediately eaten, I suppose. Whatever. Yeah, so Christmas Chaos was the first map I'd done that actually did use some data packs, and it used some for a few different things, actually. It did... Oh, man. It used them for a few different things. I need to get out of here and go and charge my mana again, I think. So the first thing it did was different coloured biomes, which was fun. I'll definitely do that again. So there's a section which has kind of spruce trees, but with red and blue leaves instead of the usual green. So that was fun. And also did custom natural spawns, which varied based on difficulty. And I think the way that it turned out, and this is kind of how I like to make maps, is it turns out like it feels very vanilla. There's not too many things that kind of feel custom to the player. Like there aren't, but there is still quite a lot of custom, because I think the base game of Minecraft is pretty crap for survival, for like CTM maps in a weird way. I think that, for instance, like the death mechanics are very brutal, and mob spawns, you know, skeletons and creepers and even spiders to some extent. I'm dead. Where was that creep? How have I never come across a creeper there? But at least we've got our mana back, and I thought I had 4. No, it's probably just these 3. Skeletons and creepers and spiders are all pretty brutal enemies, and even zombies, when you get enough of them, can be pretty savage. So when you kind of initially start out, you're really stuck. But the way I kind of got around that was through... let's get down here. The way I got around it was with using custom natural spawns that also varied based on difficulty, and as well as difficulty, they varied on... Looks like we don't have any pants. That's a shame. They varied on region to some extent, so if you were in the start of the map, it would give you the weakest possible natural spawns, and then after that it would get kind of progressively more difficult, which was fun. Yeah, and I was adjusting the mobs that were the base mobs that were spawning using the custom biomes stuff. So there's a few different bits in there, and then there's also the ice boat racetrack, which I've since been told there are a couple of big full maps coming out that feature ice boats. Or will be coming out in future, and I've done the perfect crime by releasing a map that took me 2 weeks to make, with those in before the full maps that have had like a couple of years on them, probably, or maybe less than that, but full maps that have had a lot more time in. Let's put that on our offhand. I have now taken their idea and done it first, so I get to claim that they copied me. So I will be doing that very much, very frequently, whenever possible, if anyone will listen. I did it first. And the difficulty of that also varied with game difficulty, so you had more time to do the race if you were on easy, or than you did on medium, and than you did on hard. You had a full minute extra on easy than you did on hard. Which I don't know how people feel, because I think the difficulty is supposed to be, or people think of it as like just like mob difficulty, rather than other areas of the map. But I just wanted to make a few different changes with the difficulty, so yeah. Anyway, that map has also been my most downloaded map since Harbinger. Harbinger has around 900 and something downloads, and Harbinger has around 900 downloads, and Christmas Chaos, as of the 23rd, has around 350. So, good numbers. Numbers that I am happy with. Because I think it is a fun map. I'm gonna die. I got stuck on the corner. What will I do? I think I'll grab some blocks and some armor. Don't have a huge amount of gravel, but we do have just enough to make, or a huge amount of flint, but we've got enough to make 8 arrows, which should be plenty. And then let's grab some blocks as well. My mouse is still double clicking a lot, which is quite annoying, but not really anything I can do apart from buy a new mouse, which I should do. Nothing I can do right now though, but it's been double clicking for about a year. It looks like I'm running low on storage space, so this recording may cut off at some point. The MMS has probably clogged up my hard drive with backups, because that's what it does. I mean, it's definitely a good thing, but I kind of wish it only backed up the world save and not the plugins as well. I don't know if that would be possible, but it would be nice. It just backs up the whole profile. Where am I going? This way, this way, this way. Let's hope we can get to our stuff without too much trouble. I think we probably can. But if we do die, we do lose all of our things, which would be very annoying and would probably be the end of the episode. So you may have that to look forward to. Where is my totem? There we go. I was expecting it to be glowing, but... Right, let's leave that stuff there. And come up here. Get some torches on our bar. And check the chest. Need some boots. So that's good. That's a pretty good loot chest. Render's fairly... like... conservative with his loot chests. I know some other map makers tend to give out a lot more, but especially in this map where with the custom death mechanics, like you're a lot less likely to lose loot, so I think it allows for much kind of tighter loot control. And I almost died again. I think it allows for much tighter loot control when you kind of handle deaths like this map does. Whew. Okay, let's relax and not rush in anymore, because we are in danger of being in a death loop, I believe. Let's get rid of you. Put you on the bar. Get rid of you. Take an iron pick though. That is very good. And some chainmail leggings. Why not? These are probably better, but they're also about to die, so I'll just leave them. Don't need the TNT really. I'll take the bottle of enchanting, why not? And the shield I will take as well, actually, because I think that's going to do me more good than the Terror Charm, which is on the floor down there. That was very silly. I was trying to catch a vine and missed completely. And let's pull that into 4. Why not? Get you off the bar and put you on it. And now we can finally push forward and hopefully get rid of this spawner. That was surprisingly fast, and I wondered what was wrong with the spawner, but actually it was just all of a sudden got an iron pick, which is something I haven't had in a map for a long time. There we go. There's got to be some creepers or something that are going to try and drop down on my head. There's definitely something killing me. Let's grab that apple. chargers are pretty scary, actually. Especially on a bridge like that, which I should not have just run across in quite so gung-ho a fashion, I think. And I want to make it a bit safer. Oh, these vines are so annoying for like trying to fight mobs. Let's waste another golden apple then. And do that as well. I don't know how Render does the hunger system or the mana system in this, so that stuff like if you eat a golden apple and then immediately drink some health, like it doesn't, it still tracks the mana. I guess it does it based on scoreboard maybe, because you obviously, because if you were just gonna say, okay, every time someone eats a golden apple, give them regen and then drop their hunger to using something, but then yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it seems to remember how you seems to remember lots of things about what you've eaten and when. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I saw a creeper. Yes. Because of course this area has just been like so many stupid creepers with all their stupid green, their stupid explosions. Right, let's come up here. Should definitely have lit that up before. Vigor Charm. 1.5 attack damage and 1 knockback resistance. Interesting. I probably won't use it, but it is interesting. It's good for some things, I'm sure. Be good for mob farming. Give me more powerful punching. It's probably good for other things as well, but okay, so we've kind of looped all the way around to there, so we know where we are pretty much. This was a much faster way of getting to here, and I've been recording for 25 minutes, and I'm running low on storage space, so what I'm probably going to do I hate spiders so much. They're just... I used cave spiders in Christmas Chaos, and they have this really weird, like the way the mechanism of the like spider lunge that they do, the way that works is it and I'm going to end the episode, so I don't even know why I'm bothering to do this. Let's just I wanted to get a torch by that spawner, but now I am going to die probably. Yeah, sorry, the way the lunge works is it's not really tied to mob speed, so even though I used slowed down cave spiders, they still lunged, which made them actually harder to fight than I think if you had normal speed on them. Let's just eat a golden apple, why not? I could... so they move really slowly until they get close to you, and then they like lurch forward. That makes them quite hard to fight. I'm only still recording in case I die to a moss charger. Grrr. Evil. Yeah, so they kind of move slowly towards you, and then when they get close, they just suddenly like lurch forward at full speed, which is a very badly written bit of code, I would think, or at least like I think it should. The range of their lunge should depend on their mob speed or something, but that will probably never get changed. So I don't know if I'm going to use natural spawn spiders ever again, or if I do, it'll probably only be on hard, because I just think they're really annoying mobs to deal with and make it quite frustrating when you lose health and stuff, because you've generally not done anything wrong. But yeah, I am actually going to stop recording here. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. And hopefully next time we will edge ever closer to finishing this area and be able to reach intersection 2, which is our goal. Because I don't think there's anywhere else it could be than in the Verde passage. Yeah, although I guess I could go to intersection 3 and then kind of come back to intersection 2. I'm sure they link up in some way. But I'll deal with that in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.